Recording in progress.
We are live, Your Honor.
In recognition of her promotion, I'd like to welcome the Newark Police Department Honor Guard for the presentation of the colors. Please rise and remain standing for the posting of the colors. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order. Carry. Sort. Both the colors. Vote. Forward. 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 Mark. Time. Mark. Inward. Face. Detail. All.
Thank you. Please be seated now. Let the record show that all members of the City Council are here with the exception of Councilmember Freitas. We have one item on the agenda this evening, and that's will be report by Mr. Badoon.
Yes, good evening, Your Honor, and members of the council. Tonight, we honor and recognize Jolie Macias, a longstanding member of our police department who has ascended to the position of police captain. In a moment, I will turn it over to Chief Anderson, who will speak to Captain Macias's extraordinary accomplishments and significant contributions she has made to the department throughout her 15 years of service to our community. Following that, Chief Anderson will administer the oath of office to Captain Macias and will receive some comments from the new captain. Before we proceed any further, I'd like to speak briefly about Captain Macias. Throughout the past 10 years of my employment here with the city, I have observed Ms. Macias serve in a variety of roles, from officer to sergeant to lieutenant and now to captain. It has been a pleasure to watch her grow in her new roles and expand her knowledge and skills. She is truly an adaptable person, and I know she will serve our community well. It is a true honor to have her in our department. Before I pass it over to Chief Anderson, I would like to say a few words about Chief Anderson. Chief Anderson has over 25 years of law enforcement experience. Prior to joining Newark PD, she last served as the assistant chief to the Citrus Heights Police Department. She is an active member of the State Bar of California. She is a graduate of the Senior Management Institute of Police, as well as the FBI National Academy. Chief Anderson was hired nearly 2 years ago, back in April of 2020. By no means is it easy to be a new chief in a new department, but it is even more difficult to transition to such a critical role at the start of a pandemic. She has led her department through these challenging times and has displayed true leadership. It has been a pleasure to work with her, and I thank her for her service. I will now turn it over to Chief Anderson, who will start us off with the ceremony. Chief?
Thank you, sir, and thank you for those kind words. Good evening, Your Honor, and members of City Council. It is truly a pleasure for me to be here this evening to recognize the accomplishments and administer the oath of office to Captain Jolie Macias. Thank you for being here and in supporting her this evening. Before I introduce Captain Macias, I'd like to thank each of you as our City Council for your leadership and support. I can't overstate the degree to which this community recognizes the hard work and sacrifice of their public safety professionals and the value that each of you places in your public servants. It's unique and it's special, and the vision rests with you. Your support is greatly appreciated. Since I've been in Newark, I've been impressed with the level of skill and professionalism of our Assistant City Manager, Lenka Havorka, City Attorney, Chris Cocateo, and all of the department heads. Thank you all for attending the event this evening. We are committed to continuing our cooperative relationship to further the goals and the objectives of the City Council and the manager. Mr. Benoon, as the leader of the executive team, I have watched you lead admirably through demanding times. Your leadership and your support of us has been unparalleled. I thank you for your support this evening, and as a lifelong resident of the city of Newark, for your insight into the needs of the Newark community. The role of captain in a department our size is significant. So much so that when there was an unexpected vacancy at the captain rank, I knew it was imperative that I select not only an experienced professional, but also a person I was confident would maintain the highest ethical standards and uphold the values of our department and our community. Knowing that the selection of this individual could have a significant impact on the continuity of community policing services for years to come. With that in mind, it is with great pride and my pleasure to welcome Captain Macias to join your police department's executive team. Captain Macias was hired with the Newark Police Department as a police officer in 2004. Among the many assignments she held as an officer were field training officer, SWAT team member, and major crimes task force detective. She was promoted to the rank of sergeant in 2014, and during her time as sergeant was the frontline supervisor for many major critical incidents. Captain Macias led as the SWAT team leader and led the team during multiple urban shield training events. In her early career, then Sergeant Macias recognized the positive value in police-community partnerships and worked with the Newark Unified School District to develop needed unified emergency protocols and school safety programs. She was promoted to lieutenant in 2017 and gained a broad organizational perspective from her experiences working in both field operations and the support services divisions of the department. Assigned as the operations lieutenant, Captain Macias managed patrol teams, the detective unit, traffic unit, school resource program, as well as managed evolving patrol staffing. She represented Newark in the development and implementation of the Tri-City Crowd Management Team, which has also been a resource for the Alameda County Sideshow Task Force. Notably, Captain Macias is an expert in critical incident management, has served as a tactical commander of the SWAT team and the crisis negotiations team, and has considerable experience in de-escalation tactics, leading the department's training staff. Officer health and wellness is a priority for Captain Macias and has been reflected in her leadership of our peer support team. During her time as a support services lieutenant, Captain Macias worked in administration and was instrumental in managing the move to the new police facility. She worked closely with professional staff in records, property evidence unit, and the communications center. She's managed hiring and our officer recruitment efforts, as well as personnel accountability through professional standards and training. Captain Macias holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration from San Francisco State University. She is a recent graduate of the California Peace Officers Standard and Training Command College and is currently enrolled in a master's degree program with a focus on law enforcement leadership at the University of San Diego. Captain Macias has deep roots in the Newark community. Prior to being hired as an officer, she worked in the recreation department as a dance instructor. I expected a little more of that. She remains connected to the community both off and on duty, choosing to spend her time shopping, dining, and skating in our community. As you can see, Captain Macias is an experienced professional. Equally as important, she is united with the police department leadership and has demonstrated a commitment to identifying opportunities to further police-community relationships. She encourages dialogue, which serves to maintain the trust and confidence and identifies solutions that are right for our community. In order to have the greatest positive impact on future crime, we have to focus on the youth in our community today and finding ways to partner in their success. Captain Macias has placed an emphasis on programs geared towards developing the youth in our community. In addition, she recognizes that our people are our greatest asset and has ensured that they have the equipment they need to be safe and is committed to fostering programs designed to support the health and wellness of all of our department staff. I have seen her demonstrated commitment to mentoring those she leads, with the goal of developing the future generations of Newark police leaders, as well as developing leaders throughout our region and the state. As a public safety professional, every day is an opportunity to have a positive and meaningful impact on the lives of others. I am confident that Captain Macias is committed to continuing the legacy of the leaders before her in providing the exceptional service this community deserves. And in doing so, will never betray her integrity, her character, or the public's trust. She has chosen to make her life's work about helping others. She has always been committed to Newark and intends to focus her efforts on bettering the lives of those who live, work, and visit Newark. I am confident Captain Macias has the support of our entire department. And when I looked around the room this evening and see all the uniforms, I'm thankful to know that she has the support of our regional law enforcement agencies. And I am truly grateful to see the many community members who took their time this evening to stand with us and show us their support. This signifies to me the strength in our community and the commitment we have to each other. You ready to do this? All right. At this time, I'd like to invite Captain Macias' husband, Ramon, and her daughter, Luna, to pin her badge while I administer the oath of office. Please raise your hand and repeat after me. I
I, Jolie Macias,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and to the Constitution of the State of California,
and to the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental
without any mental reservation
That's teamwork. Or purpose of evasion.
or purpose of evasion,
And that I will well and faithfully discharge
and I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I am about to enter.
the duties upon which I am about to enter. Thank you, Chief. It is my absolute pleasure and honor to feel the love and support that fills this beautiful new building, this beautiful new council chambers. The fact that you're all here to support me in my new role is both heartfelt and humbling. Your presence is an acknowledgement to the Newark community and the support it invests in its police department. We would not be here in this beautiful new space without it. There are a lot of people here tonight that have made significant impacts on my life and career, so it will be difficult for me to acknowledge everyone, but I'll try. You all know the depth of our connections, be it through family, friendship, mentorship, or through the bonds of critical incidents. The fact that you're all here tonight highlights how truly blessed I am to have each of you as part of my life. To the elected officials in the room, I want to thank you for the trust and support you have given to the Newark Police Department. Mayor Nagy, Vice Mayor Hannon, Council Members BUCCI, COLLAZO, thank you for everything that you do for our city. Please join me in appreciating our City Manager David Benoon, Assistant City Manager Lenka Havorka, and our City Attorney Chris Cucatello for their civic leadership. I want to acknowledge each of our department heads that make up our executive team. Public Works Director Soren Fajot, Community Development Director Stephen Turner, Finance Director Kristen Lee, Human Resources Director Jennifer Solito, Recreation Services Manager Nick Cuevas, and Fire Chief Jeffrey Lupke. I want to give a quick special shout out to the team that put this event together tonight. Captain Arguello, my brother, as Chief Anderson refers to you, Beverly Ryans, Terry Hernandez, Jada Chu, Holly Perez, and Mary Texera. And then to the volunteers and explorers that are here tonight, thank you all. And having the honor guard here for me is truly humbling and appreciated. So thank you, Lieutenant Sandoval, for coordinating, Sergeant Fredstrom, and the rest of the NPD Honor Guard for being here tonight. You guys were outstanding. And last but certainly not least, Chief Anderson, thank you for your kind words and for your faith in me to be one of your trusted advisors, to keep pushing Newark Police Department forward, particularly on our 6 key organizational values of trust, communication, professionalism, leadership development, accountability, and discipline. Our organizational success is rooted in these 6 values. My personal success has been guided by the same values. Specifically, my professional and leadership development has been nurtured by the mentorship of several persons with us here tonight, and by some that could no longer be with us. I am grateful to my fellow and former command team members that are with us tonight. I'm grateful for retired Union City Police Department Chief Daryl McAllister, who has been a real behind-the-scenes inspiration and cheerleader for me, helping me prepare for this role. And to former Fremont Police Department Captain Freddie Bobbitt, who gave me my first pair of lieutenant bars. I thank you all for giving me the confidence I needed, that I needed to push to this next level. Just want to take a moment to pay tribute to my family, my parents, grandparents, and my siblings. I don't want to look at you because you make me cry. and siblings here tonight. My husband, Roman, he would tell you that he deserves congratulations for marrying me. But really, he does deserve recognition for putting up with me. And you just make me a better person. I love you. My daughter, Luna, a recent quote from Supreme Court nominee Ketanji Brown Jackson. I admit I do not always get the motherhood-life balance right, but I love you so much. My parents, Ruth and Lee, you have both encouraged and motivated me from day one, and I wouldn't be here without you. My grandparents, Ray and Barbara, just thank you both for being here tonight and always listening. My sisters, Heidi and Paulina, they're also public servants. They're grade school teachers. And then my sister, Antona, as you can see, she's a police officer for the city of Fremont. She's on duty tonight. Her sergeant happens to be here as well. He was my first field training officer, Sergeant Baca. As the oldest of 4 girls and the mother of a strong young lady who some say she might be a pot stirrer, I am proud to stand here before you to get sworn in during Women's History Month. I am also excited to share with you that Newark Police Department proudly has 29% female sworn staff, when the national average is approximately 13%. To the men and women of Newark Police Department, from the most tenured to the most junior, there is so much talent, skill, quality of work, and camaraderie amongst this police family. I am motivated and inspired daily by the great work that you do. And I appreciate the relationships that I share with each of you. I am honored to be entrusted by you, Chief, and the rest of our city team. I'm committed to continuing the success of our organization. Our success hinges upon the quality relationships that we nurture inside our department, with our neighboring law enforcement agencies, and with our fellow city departments, and especially with the trust and relationships with our Newark community. So as the field operations captain, it's my responsibility to establish our path forward to reduce crime, improve quality of life for our residents and for our businesses. So now more than ever, we need to get there through community partnerships, through use of technology, and with intelligent-led enforcement. We will continue to provide outstanding training and equipment to our staff, but just as important, I am committed to our comprehensive wellness program. And the rest of my speech is gone. Of course, of course. I got this. Is typical. A few minutes ago, I swore an oath to bear true faith and allegiance to our city and to the members of our department. My faith is in the greatest asset that we have, which is the people of our department and the community that we serve. My allegiance and commitment is to always honor this badge that I wear. And I thank you all tonight. Now what?
Thank you, Captain Macias. And at this time, I'd like to ask the council if they'd like to make comments. And I'll start with Councilmember BUCCI.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little emotional right now. I'm invested in the success of the city and the success of our department, but I've always been invested in your personal success. And some folks know this, some don't, but me and the captain actually worked together before either one of us came to the city, and Heidi worked with us as well. And these family roots run so deep. And when I got to the city and started thinking about what good policing really looks like, you have always been a shining example. And besides our personal connections, I think the professional connections and work that we've done together over the last 10 years has been impressive. And just it's hard to put into words how much you mean to not just the city but this department, but to me personally. So I'm never been more confident in the current direction of our police department and the future of this city. So Captain, just thank you for your friendship. Thank you for being with us. Thank you to your entire family who's invested so much in this city. And it gets better every day, and I can't wait to see all the good things you do with this. So congratulations.
Okay, thank you. And Councilmember COLLAZO.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That's my job.
My assistant had to help me turn on my microphone. So, as we celebrate the History Month of Women, it's truly an honor to have 29% females on our force. And Chief, your leadership, and now our new captain. I'm very proud. It's been wonderful watching your success these last few years since I met you. And thank your family for sharing you with us. We have to work together. It's family, it's the city, the council, and so wish you the best. My tears were rolling as you were speaking. I have a Kleenex if anybody needs them. And thank you and best wishes.
Thank you. And Vice Mayor Hannon.
See, I would anticipate that the mayor would take my final 3 or 4 pages of script, but in this particular case, he hasn't done that. Chief, thank you. You've done nothing but exhibit outstanding leadership since you've been here in the city of Newark. I've been impressed with your daily contact with us as council members, your daily contact with the community, and certainly the decisions you've made as you've promoted officers within your organization. You're to be commended for that. The speech that you gave, and Captain, the speech that you gave, any city in this Bay Area would be proud to be a member of this police department because we understand what it means to be public servants. Anybody can have because you hold the life of a community member in your hand. I know you took that responsibility seriously, and our community is grateful for that. I want to send some comments to your family, because this is really what it's all about, is family. We reach certain pinnacles in our life, but it doesn't start unless we have a strong family foundation, whether it be brothers and sisters or just sisters. I grew up in a family of 9 brothers and sisters, so I was reminded on a regular basis, you know, how close family is. Your family certainly exhibits that. Knowing that you were a dance teacher, you probably had my daughter Mary in your class 30 years ago. And even though she has 2 left feet, I attribute that more to her genetics than anything else. Captain, it's truly a pleasure to see you promoted in this organization. I'm always a believer, having served in government for my entire career. We promote the best within our own organization because we see what they do day in and day out. The chief made the right choice. You're the right person for this job, and I'm confident that you're going to make Newark proud of you, so thank you.
Okay, thank you. And I'd like to say congratulations again, Captain Macias, especially for your commitment, your dedication to this community over a sustained period of time. I know that there's one proud grandmother looking down from heaven today on this event, and she's very proud of you, so congratulations. Okay, with that, our meeting is adjourned. Thank you all.